Ah.
I think you broke Brandon
No, Brandon broke himself.
by de-throating the mic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah.
Brandon.
This is slander and I will not accept it.
Brandon.
Hot diggity
Brandon.
dog, boys and girls and non-binary people. This is the Great Mates podcast. We talk about things.
If that isn't a good intro to the episode, I don't know what is.
I'm Brandon, and I have Josh
Hello.
and Olivia.
Hi.
Hot diggity dog.
Oh, Brandon, what is wrong? What is going on? Are you okay? Is you okay?
Well, you can
I don't
never
think-
say
I don't
that I
think he's
have
okay.
a boring intro to the show.
It's certainly
that's true.
interesting.
No, see, the last time Brandon drove an episode, he tried to crash a plane.
What?
When was this?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Sorry, come again? Sorry.
Am I not wrong,
I think you're wrong,
Brandon? No, I'm fairly sure you tried to put a plane into the ground, if I recall.
I don't think that's correct.
You
You
I'll have
can't
to
see
check-
me, but I'm shaking my head right now, both of you.
I'll have to check the episode, but I'm fairly sure that's correct.
No.
Well, you weren't gagging yourself with a mic. That's all I
Yeah.
remember.
That's defamation.
But you don't have any fame to begin with, so
Defamation. That's going to ruin my reputation.
What reputation?
what reputation?
Duh.
I'm kidding, I love you.
Duh. Duh.
Nothing like a casual roast.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hot diggity dog.
Brandon.
Hot diggity dog. I don't know what we're talking about this episode, guys.
How have you
Okay.
been? First of all, because both of you have not been on episodes in a while. How have both of you been?
It's been a time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a time. I mean,
That-
yeah, it's fine. Just trudging along, getting on by. Got a job.
Hey.
But yes, it's been a time.
It has been a time.
Brandon?
Brandon?
It's been a long day without you, my friends, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
Did he just pass
dear.
out on his desk? I heard a thunk. Brandon, are you alive? Are you with us?
No, it's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'll tell
Anyways.
you all about it when I.
Okay.
Anyways,
Okay.
we have
Yeah.
news.
We have
Well,
things to
I
talk
mean,
about.
we don't personally have news. I mean,
We don't.
You're married?
oh my god,
Guys, Olivia is married.
Brandon, no.
I don't know why she
No.
didn't tell us about her engagement, but she's married. She eloped.
Eloped to where?
Yeah,
I don't know.
look to where I'm still at home.
I don't know.
I'm still here.
She eloped.
The
Got
news is
married.
not that I got married.
Josh, you got married?
My boyfriend would be
What?
very shocked to hear about that. Josh, would your imaginary boyfriend be shocked to hear about that as well?
Josh got married, guys. Congrats.
Oh God.
Oh god.
No, I think Brandon's just deferring because he's the one that got married, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Casually got married between all of my going to uni every day.
I mean, you know.
Anyways,
What
Anyways.
was the news?
the news was something that Josh was going to introduce. Josh?
Ah, yes. You know, like how Asian people should be paid as much as them white folk.
No.
Yes.
No?
What? Brandon. Brandon.
Brandon is a true banana. Shit's just gone down apparently this past week about, like, you know, being paid fairly and equitably, as you know, as everyone expects to be paid equitably. So when we're recording this, it's been a few days already, but the one of the co-writers for the sequel to Crazy Rich Asians basically quit her job as a co-writer
Over pay disputes.
over pay disputes. And let's be clear, this is a female person of color who is being paid by Warner Brothers $110,000 compared to her cis white male writing partner who is being paid closer to $1 million. So, you know,
Which
casual,
is
you know,
an insane
9,000%.
discrepancy between... And I think the thing that they argued was that she had less experience than him. She had only written in TV things.
That's what we call corporate bullshit.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is what I saw and I was like,
yeah. And given the film and what it's supposed to be about, it's a bit much, isn't it? Just a little bit much.
just
You
a
know.
bit. But yeah, I only saw it like a couple of days ago, and even then I really didn't hear much about it after that. I think it might have been posted in Subtle Asian Traits or something. I'm not too sure where I saw it. But yes, I was like, oh, that's a bit sad. Again, for a film that is predominantly Asian casting and Asian, like, about the Asian experience? I don't know, that's probably not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it's meant to be putting a spotlight on that and not getting paid enough to do equal work. It's not a fun time.
Yeah, that's it's just disappointing, I guess. It's like, it's the whole 2 steps forward, 1 step back sort of thing. And you'd think that after the popularity of Crazy Rich Asians, that Warner Brothers would be more smart about how they go about paying the people that are behind the film. But, you know, oh dear.
It's a tricky situation, and it's not fun for people involved when you just want to make stuff that helps
course.
uplift the voices of minorities, but you're not
Of course.
being paid
And, like, I was-
equally to do it.
I was talking to a few friends about this, and you know, it's like good on Adele Lim for taking the option to, you know, just exit, and standing her ground, I guess, for
because she did
not
say
being paid equitably.
Yeah, I think the other dude did say that he was happily going to split his pay, but it shouldn't be up to him
It should
to-
have been up to Warner Brothers.
yeah. So I think that was also a major part of it as well.
Yeah. So, oh dear. And after, I guess, a lot of the hot takes that we've been doing over the past few episodes about misappropriation and all that fun stuff that we like to see pop up in mainstream media, you know, it's not looking good, friendos. But yeah. Yeah. Anyway, onto more positive things.
I was just gonna say it's even sadder.
But I mean, you know, it's a good thing. Olivia,
Yes, Josh.
you and I both watched The Farewell today,
Yes.
and we both left blubbering messes.
Yes. We also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Farewell by Lulu Wang, recently
Yes.
released, I think 4 days ago. In Australia, it's been out in the States for quite a while.
Yes.
But
and I was expecting it to drop here a lot earlier than an early September premiere date.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because it got released in July in the
Yes.
States. But anyways, wonderful film, based on an actual lie.
Yes.
Essentially, the story is that Billy,
Who is played by Aquafina.
who's played by the wonderful Aquafina, so lovely, top-notch acting. She plays the lead role where she and her family go back to China from the States, where they now live, to say goodbye, essentially, to the matriarch of their family, her Nai, because she's dying of terminal lung cancer, but as Chinese tradition or whatever dictates, you can't tell them that they're dying until you know they're about to go. And so everyone's flocking to China to, like, under this fake pretense of her cousin getting married, so they can say goodbye to Nanai, essentially. But yes, Josh, what are your thoughts on the movie? What do you feel?
I could feel my heart rip into two throughout the film. Because, and I think I've said this about multiple things, like Kim's Convenience or Crazy Rich Asians or something like that. It's about what you can take away from it. And The Farewell, I guess for me, is a film that shows you the struggle to reconcile between an Eastern and a Western cultural upbringing, and how to balance both of them and to honor both of them. And you can see that struggle in Billy throughout the film.
Yeah.
And that for me is just like, oh yes, I know how this feels. I know exactly how this feels. And I'll take that and watch my heart be ripped in two.
Yeah, so essentially this is non-spoilers so far, but do you want to go into spoilers? I mean, it's only been out for a couple of days.
In Australia, yes.
Yeah.
I think now is a good time to warn friendos and listeners that if you have not gone and watched The Farewell, we are going to now talk about spoilers.
Yes.
So this is just like a blanket recommendation. Definitely go watch it.
Yeah, highly
maybe
recommend.
go watch it again, and then go watch it again.
I am definitely going to go see it again, because I was interrupted by old people in the corner munching on snacks and interrupting very, very loudly at certain points in the film. So I'm definitely going to have to relive the experience, because people can't keep their mouths shut while in the cinemas. And I'm a bit salty.
Just a little bit. Ah, dear.
But yeah.
So yes, now entering spoiler territory.
Okay, this is spoilers
we'll see
now.
you in like 20 minutes.
This is your warning. Josh.
Come back in like 20.
Yeah, Josh
Yes.
maybe put in a thing afterwards, being
Maybe.
like, let's
We'll
skip
see.
to this.
Yes.
I'm just creating
see
more
what
work for
happens.
Josh.
God. Maybe you'll hear a random bin noise that'll signify when to come back.
But yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Leading into the film, I really didn't have any idea of what to expect. I'd never seen any of Lulu's work before. I had obviously seen Awkwafina and Crazy Rich Asians, so this was like a really nice refreshing thing to see her in a serious role where she is able to portray a character with more emotion than just the comedic relief best friend.
Yeah.
That was the character she portrayed in Crazy Rich Asians. But yeah, it was so refreshing. The acting in this is fucking top notch. So good.
Yes. I wholeheartedly agree. We also have Chima, who is the dad, who also played the dad, the Hong Kong consul general in Rush Hour, in the original Rush Hour.
I don't remember. It's been so many years since I watched Rush Hour.
That's where I know him from. The mum is played by Diana Lynn.
She sounds...
Aussie people might know she is one of the aunties from The Family Law.
That's where I fucking knew her from, because I was looking at her face the entire movie and I was like, where the fuck have I seen you before? And I was like,
yes.
I'm not sure if you just look like one of my aunties or not. It's like, that's where she's from. Okay, good. Because the whole time I was just pinching myself like, where the fuck? But yeah, she's brilliant as well. She's lovely.
She's really good. All of them are lovely. And I will say though that the actress that plays Nanai is hecking good.
Oh my god, my heart.
The purest, like,
she reminds me of my grandma.
Yeah, the Nanai I don't have. She is my Nanai, basically. So the actress who plays this, and I really, really, really want her to win an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress.
Is she nominated for?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
The Academy has to deliberate, but I swear to God, she has to get a nomination at least, because, man, she's good. Chao Shu-chen is the actress that plays Nanai, and my heart. Oh my God.
Okay, so she essentially embodies all that can be embodied in an Asian grandma, up to the anxiety over the wedding, the joking around with Billy, and like
about getting married,
her insistence on getting married, but also her understanding of a modern day woman when she's just like when they're in the photo shoot with her cousin, and she's like, maybe you need to be independent as well.
Yes.
And she's just a joy to watch in this film, honestly.
Is. And also, I guess, she is able to read emotion, like as all Asian grandmas do. Read emotion just from face alone, which is terrifying, but also very understanding.
I mean, you're a grandma at that point. You have years of knowledge and wisdom.
Yes. And one would hope you'd put that knowledge and wisdom to good use. Some grandmas don't, but Nai does quite well. Yes.
But yeah, the family dynamics also are another great fucking way that they've done it in this movie. I like, irrespective of your ethnicity, nationality, I reckon anyone should go watch this movie.
Yes.
I think it portrays the Asian experience of family very well, especially in those scenes where they're eating dinner. It reminded me very much of my family. Everyone just going at it with their chopsticks, the dishes in the middle.
But the shade.
The shade as well, the subtle shade throwing, and they're like, no, we should talk about happier things, and it's like, it's too relatable. But yeah, because in Asian culture, eating and having like food at a dinner table like that is a big bonding experience for everyone, because it's usually the only time people will come together. We don't usually, like, every once in a while we'll usually have big dinners like that, but yeah. And that was like another big thing of like the whole family coming back and not being in the same, not having been in the same place for 25 years or something like that. Because everyone lives abroad. But yeah, I think she's captured that very, very well.
Definitely.
And
Definitely.
yeah, the whole feeling of
The awkwardness.
yeah, the awkwardness and just the whole feeling of you're in China now. This is the aesthetic was so good. Some of the shots, especially at the beginning with the painting in the hospital.
Oh, yes.
As a backdrop for the title of the film. That was a nice touch.
I want Jamer to watch this and let us know his thoughts, because I'm sure he will have a lot of thoughts about how this was shot. And I have to say, yes, this was a beautiful film.
It was.
I like how it's very easy to identify emotionally warm and emotionally cold places.
Yes.
Like in like the first scene, like, you know, where we were looking at you see Billy in the train, you see Nanai in the hospital, Nanai in the CT scanner.
Those shots were very, very nice.
Yes. They were well framed.
Yeah, they were
really
so well framed. Especially, I like the one of them after she's gone into hospital. And it's little Nanai, Billy, and her two uncles when they're all like sitting staggered from each other, and they're discussing whether they should tell her or not. And she's like, no, she had to do it. She had to tell her, like, her husband. Was it? Yeah, because they said yeah. No, it was a yeah.
Oh, the yeah.
And she had to tell her own husband or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that shot for me was just very nice, the way they were all placed.
Yeah. And I guess plot-wise, and from a culture's perspective, the tagline that the film is promoted with, what is it? Based on an actual
lie, I think. I'm pretty sure it's that.
I think that's
they had it at the beginning of the film.
Yeah, that's sort of the subtitle, but is also used as the promotional tagline for the film. Watch it, and you can actually see this is a compounding thing that happens, and it's a very cyclical thing that happens, where a lie or an avoidance of talking about something is perpetuated throughout the film, and we. You know, the avoidance of talking about Nanai's cancer is the same thing that Nanai had to tell Billy's yeye. So you can see this thing sort of it just continues. It's a cycle. It never ends, essentially, and that's very evident in Asian cultures overall, where we tend not to directly address things.
Everything is always very indirect.
Everything, yes. Or it will always be referenced in relation to something else. And you can see that at different points throughout the film as well. So, not just talking about Nanai's condition, but also talking about Billy's dad and her uncle and the alcoholism that runs in the family.
And even like little Nanai and like her giving up her
sacrificing her time to be with her husband.
Yeah, to look after her older sister. Yeah.
And the whole filial responsibility. Oh boy. That was a big mood.
Okay, I'm going to throw you a curveball here, but which bits did you cry in? Because...
which bits did I cry in?
Yes.
Or
was it just like one continuous sob the entire... the entire movie?
Throughout the entire film? No, I think there were two distinct points. Where was it?
Because the one for me, the first one that did it was when they're all looking for the earring in that room.
Oh,
and then she breaks down.
And then Billy, Billy breaks down and sort of confronts the mum about
About
her own anxiety about moving from China to the US.
yes, and like her
And the memory of
yeah, and like her just not being told anything because it's like, oh no, you had school, but that's obviously an excuse. It's just better to deal with it as adults rather than having a kid try and understand all these feelings.
I think that was the second time. I think the first time I really got emotional was when Billy sort of found out about her nanai's cancer, but then having like watching her then make the trip over to China
Without telling her parents.
Yes, without telling her parents, like, oh boy, that's a
And then she was like, oh no, your parents just told me you were busy with work to come.
like, oh, and that entrance of into Nanai's house. Oh well, Nanai and Mr. Lee's house. The silence that punctuated that scene is just like.
Yeah, that's another thing that this movie does really well that I personally liked was the use of sound and music. Like the songs at the end when she comes back from China, and it's just like this chorus echoey kind of song, and I'm just like, ooh,
yes,
it gets me.
That gospel song is just like,
but yes, it's very good.
It is very good. I will say there was one thing that caught me out. I was like, that made me think, is this actually real? In Billy's first call with Nanai, and then at the very end where they say I love you. I know it's like for me it's like that's very heartwarming, but I know that it doesn't carry as much emotional weight as it would if this was a white family talking together.
Oh, I do that to my grandma, and I say it in English, and she says it back in English. It's the cutest thing.
I it's very sweet, but again, it's this whole like love, directly addressing the whole thing about love, huh? Interesting. There were.
I mean, there were other instances of like, I'm putting air quotes, love, and it's just like her grandma feeding her and stuff, and being like, "Here, eat more," and I was like, "Oh,
oh my god,
I relate."
I told someone this. It's like this is literally just subtle Asian traits, but make it a film.
Yeah. True.
It is.
We could go on about this film forever and ever, I think. But Josh, you have another thing to bring up. Oh wait, do you have any last thoughts on the farewell before we continue?
Before we turn this into a full-blown spoilers for today's episode, I don't. I guess the most important thing, if you are someone who is Asian or who comes from an Asian family, be prepared to cry multiple times throughout the film, and just, swim in the feelings, swim in the emotions, and just enjoy it, because there will be times you will laugh just because you know how ridiculous this situation is in an Asian context. There are bits of this film where I actually do laugh, and it's quite funny to me, just looking at some of the stuff, particularly like the line dancing with the uncles and the aunties like playing the drums but also wearing hideous sunglasses. That is a scene that is quite funny to me. I will go watch it again, so definitely go watch it twice. I think that's just my thoughts about it. How about you, Olivia?
Just bring a lot of tissues. Is my only advice. If you're gonna go see this, bring a shit ton of tissues.
you know, and probably go either at the first or second session of the day if you really want to.
Yeah,
And a weekday
don't
too.
pull a me and go in the afternoon where all the old people will
No.
crunch really loudly
Or-
in the corner and talk in very
Yeah.
important scenes.
Question: is this a good date film?
No, because you're gonna ugly cry. Bad idea.
Unless both of you and your significant other are very comfortable with crying in front of each other
Oh yeah, like if
in a public context as well.
yeah, if that's
Then by all
yeah.
means,
but
but probably not.
probably not a first date film.
Oh no. although if this, you know, for a listener, if you have brought someone to a first, you know, someone else to go watch this as your first date, let us know how it goes.
I was gonna say good luck.
Good luck, have fun. That's all we can say.
Moving on,
Yeah.
Josh.
Moving on.
You have
Yes.
You have I don't know
Speaking
how
of
to.
more Asian
I don't
things-
know how to.
Speaking of more Asian
This
things,
I'm gonna leave this up to you.
I posed a question to my Instagram and to Twitter the day before we recorded. It was just something that a friend and I were just, you know, talking about. And yeah. So I asked, what is the bubble tea equivalent of Netflix and chill?
I didn't know what this
And the-
meant, and I was like, "What?" At first, but then I thought,
But it's very straightforward.
Boba,
You know, take Netflix and chill, but make it Asian.
Boba and Bang. I ain't dancing around the subject.
Okay, so I have a variety of responses. Bubbles and cuddles. Bowls in your mouth.
That's just okay.
Blubber and suckling
Balls in
pig.
your mouth is just the Char Time ad campaign.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Get some balls in your
Char-time
mouth is
advertising.
definitely a char time ad. Yes, it is very much the char time advert campaign. Suck and swallow. There we go.
Oh my god,
And then Brandon had a few. Hang on, where is this?
Brandon, do you want to go through yours?
Mine were much
Your
better than
two.
these.
These are just like straight up like things you can do during sex. Like these aren't even being subtle. Like at least my Boba and Bang is a
No.
little bit subtle. I mean, it's more direct, but you know, you get
Yeah.
the point.
Yes, yes. So yeah, Brandon, what were your suggestions?
My first one, which I'd like to amend slightly, should be bubble tea and sleep with me.
Ah,
I'll give a gold star to that.
And then my second one is boba and coma.
both of those work. Right? Right?
It's a half rhyme,
Hmm.
which counts for song. So, you know,
Yes. Yeah.
I'm just a lyrical genius.
Yeah, sure. And then I threw Brandon under the bus because, you know, this whole thing about when is Brandon supposed to be coming to Brisbane?
Well,
And then
you come to Adelaide.
Yeah,
No.
there's two of us here.
Yeah, bitch.
Josh.
What?
Josh,
What?
we've been through this. There are two of us here. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Double whammy.
You can
That's
see
true.
the cube.
I mean, I ain't taking him to the cube. Brandon, you can drive.
No, Olivia, you walk him to the cube.
No, fuck off. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh dear. But yeah.
That was
That was a
innuendos
thing.
with Brandon and Josh. Not even
mean, you know, if
innuendos,
you-
just straight up.
Straight up references.
Straight up
to-
referencing
Yeah.
the sexy times.
Yeah, and then Brendan and I had a massive petty fight through Instagram, which ended up with us both using Ryan Haywood gifs against each other.
I don't
so
know
we're
who that is.
You.
it's a Rooster Teeth reference that both of us I think only get because yes, it's Ryan Haywood. But yeah, as I've said, we are not two petty gay people. We're the same petty gay person. You,
Brandon and Josh, they are one person. Don't be fooled. These are two people. Not actually.
yeah, they're two personalities from the same body.
Yeah, this is just them speaking twice.
Yes.
You.
Oh my god.
No, you, Brendan.
Oh my god.
No, you.
Oh my god.
Anyways.
Okay.
Anyway,
Moving on.
moving on.
One last thing. Nintendo Direct. No one else cares about this
yes.
but me.
Oh yes, but continue.
Oh,
I'm somewhat interested.
Nintendo Direct was on the 4th? Yeah.
So the day before
Yes.
farewell premiere.
Yes.
Yes.
So we have new news. We have Pokemon news for Pokemon Sword and Shield coming out later this year. We have new Pokemon.
Oh.
There was like a teapot. There was a literal teapot Pokemon that came out.
So Mrs. Potts.
Essentially.
From Beauty and the Beast.
Yes. So we have a tea Pokemon. We also have.
So time to spill that shit.
We also have. We now have the ability to make curry in Pokemon.
Okay.
The most ambitious crossover: Cooking Mama and Pokemon Sword and Shield,
And Breath of the Wild.
and Breath of the Wild. So
This is one hell of a crossover.
it's really weird. I don't know why I would want to be making curry in Pokemon, but that's beside the point.
Okay.
We also have news from Animal Crossing. We're going to be able to customize outside and do buildings and like build your tools and shit. So
Oh, you get to build tools.
yes, so they'll be selling stuff. You can sell your weeds as well.
Okay.
As part of the Clean Town Initiative or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm very excited about this. It looks very different from
Previous iterations.
I mean, you're starting out life in a tent on.
This is the if I recall correctly, people have made people have parodized this release of Animal Crossing with Terrace House because of the way that they've done the title for this new game that's coming out, because it's like Animal Crossing in New Horizons, which is very Terrace House-esque. Yes.
I gave up watching Terrace House. Don't at me.
I don't blame you.
It was very convoluted. I was very confused.
Don't watch the original season because that
I did. That's what I started with. And
Oh, that's what you started. No, I mean the original, like pre-Netflix.
Oh,
season.
okay.
Yes,
So I watched the Netflix one and I was still confused.
Yeah, no. I have been blessed with the ether to watch the original season of Terrace House pre-Netflix, and that's a thing. Yeah. Just going back to the curry thing. I'm reading through a Kotaku's article about this.
Yes.
It's a curry rice mode where you can customize curry dishes and eat them with your Pokemon.
Yes.
And save them in your
heck yeah.
curry decks. Okay.
It's I mean, the idea is
Okay.
kind of cute. It's kind of like when they introduced the thing where you could like pat your Pokemon and like
and
make
then
them
it
super happy and they like become
increase
your
the-
best friend. And I guess you're using berries with this, so I guess it's not too different.
Oh, don't tell me they're making curry berries a thing.
I don't know. I wasn't paying much attention. I was just like, oh, we get curry. How exciting. But yes.
Okay.
And then we also, this is just releases for later this month. We get Luigi's Mansion soon.
Ooh.
There was multiplayer in that. Free Kirby game, which is basically like
Free
Super
Kirby
Smash
game?
Brothers,
Oh my
but
God.
just Kirby with one big boss.
Okay.
Link's Awakening is coming out later this month. I don't know what else there was that really excited me. Tetris Survival Mode, Mario and Sonic is still coming.
Mario and Sonic
At
is
the
this
Olympic
the
Games,
Olympic
yeah.
Games?
It's there. It's still happening. It's
thing.
still a thing. But yes, that's my Nintendo excitement for the next couple of months because we've got a bunch of
enough,
games
though.
coming out.
Mm-hmm.
But yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes, Brandon?
Oh dear.
Anyways, I don't
Anyways.
know if anyone has any other things this
I
week.
don't know. Maybe we should ask Brandon. He's had a cool 40 minutes to think about.
No, I have
something.
no news.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon.
Yes.
No news?
No news.
You sure? I hear you. I hear you're building a list of things for Adelaide.
Fuck yeah. Adelaide, Radelaide, so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Have
remember? Do
you
you ever forget
improved
the fact that
upon
we
the-
have a giant rocking horse, Olivia?
Oh yeah, fuck, I forget about that. Okay,
What? Explain, because I'm not from Adelaide.
there's just a giant rocking horse
There's a
in the
rocking
hills.
horse that's giant.
That's
in the hills.
Oh, not in the hills. It's kind of like out east. There's not
Okay.
much to do at it. There's a shitty cafe.
It's a rocking horse that's giant.
Yeah, that's all. That's literally our one landmark.
Is it an homage to the Battle of Troy?
No, it's just a literal giant rocking horse with a creepy ass face. There's like a toy store and a shitty cafe and
No shade.
A giant rocking horse.
there's animals. There are animals. The only memory I have going there is that it was like a super rainy day. I think I was a bit too old to be excited at the prospect of a giant rocking horse.
I
And
feel like
so
we're ignoring the fact that there's a giant rocking horse.
come to Adelaide, we have a giant rocking horse and wine.
And two
Well,
big bowls.
I'd be here for the wine.
Yes. And two big balls,
Did you?
yes.
Oh, yes.
Did you know that the
Balls.
Adelaide wine regions produce half of all Australian wine?
Here we go.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Honestly.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Honestly.
Yes, Australia wine.
Australian wines.
Yeah, we don't have much else here.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, the last time Brandon did like a 13 reasons why I should visit Adelaide was literally
Hey,
Alcohol.
no. If you
I
go
mean, we
like,
have a lot of brunch places.
we
And the
do.
beaches are pretty nice.
And once you go south to like the Fleurieu Peninsula, everything there's
Yeah, but that's not even technically Adelaide anymore.
yeah, but it's South Australia and it's less than a 2 hours drive anywhere along that peninsula.
Okay, also fair, yes.
To like Second Valley, it's what, an hour and a half, and that's almost all the way down the end.
We should not be tourism South Australia ambassadors. We would be the worst people.
There's our botanic garden is quite nice,
okay.
and so was our Mount Lofty Botanic Gardens. Our Lofty.
Okay,
Botanic
Mount
Gardens are pretty-
Lofty Botanic Gardens are actually quite nice in the
Beautiful.
fall, in the autumn. They have
So
nice
gorgeous.
leaves. It's very
Um,
pretty.
we have Harndorf.
Yes, the lovely German
Yeah.
town.
Have you ever wanted to
Yes.
eat a shit ton of meats?
Well, now you can. I mean, you can do that anywhere.
You know,
but, like,
if you want
I
to,
mean, you know,
well,
you could also
you
go
know.
like Jarenberg.
or visit the MasterChef cube.
You can pick straws.
True.
Oh yes, you've explained this, and you have a whole bloody Spotify playlist dedicated to strawberry picking.
And then there's like a shit ton of good food places.
We do brunches good here.
Like Karma and Crow.
I've heard.
It's really good.
I've heard.
Crack Kitchen.
Crack Kitchen, and that's like right in the city.
Their crack
Commissary
keeps you
is
coming
supposed to
back.
be good.
My Kingdom
The
for a
Port
Horse is
Elliot
pretty good.
Bakery is beautiful. I've not been to My Kingdom for a Horse yet. And I really
You
wanna go.
should. Let's go, Brandon. Let's go,
Yes.
Brandon.
And then you
Hit
can
me
do
up.
like
Hit me up this
dinner,
week. I'm free. It's nice weather.
midnight spaghetti western, anchovy bend. That is 3 Italian places that I just listed.
Bakery on O'Connell, 24/7. Hello, hit me up.
Oh fuck yeah.
Oh, I've heard about this 24/7
They-
bakery before. I've heard your antics about this 24/7 bakery
They're
before.
so good. Get an AB. Get a fucking donut.
good,
It's
so
on the same
good.
street.
So good.
Okay, maybe we could be like tourism ambassadors.
Yeah.
No, but specifically just for food.
Just for food. I mean, I
That's
will
a
vouch for the
sector
food
of
here.
Australia tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, yeah.
God.
Is there anything else that you want to highlight about Adelaide?
Drinkies. You can go to the
You
Austral.
can get drinkies
like alcohol.
anywhere.
You can go to the Austral and get a $12 jug.
No, Brandon. Okay, this is where I'm cutting it. I draw the line here.
It's true.
Was there a line?
God.
Also, Schnit House, which is amazing.
Questionable.
No, amazing.
Oh,
Oh dear.
I wanna hear from.
It's Schnitty. What's so questionable about the Schnit?
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head right now.
Why?
Oh dear.
Why are you questioning the shit Schnit?
I ain't questioning anyone's shit. I am
Why are you
questioning
questioning the
Schnit.
Schnit?
The schnitz.
Schnitz.
Ah, the schnitz. Mm.
And then,
I mean, you
like,
okay.
the rest...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You keep saying that there's 2 for 1. Yeah, that's true. Should I?
It is 2 for 1. That is very true.
Yeah, we come as a package deal when you come down here.
That is true.
We
No,
can get
but then-
all-you-can-eat hot pot.
It's a
my
buy
God.
one get one free.
The 3 of us can get the hot pot.
all you can eat hot pot. Oh my god.
Yeah.
You need to vet this hot
We can
place
go
first.
Tom went
eat
and he
hot
reckons
pot
it's good.
anywhere. Oh my god.
I tried convincing him, Olivia, but he's very adamant about the fact that only this all you can eat hot pot exists. in
I can tell.
See, well, it's not a buy one get one free. It's buy 2, and I get a bonus potential chance of meeting Ben Trobiani.
Wow, okay.
Josh.
Sorry.
Okay, this is where I'm
God.
cutting it. This is where I am cutting it.
No, we're
Josh.
tweeting Ben specifically to not catch up with you when you're in Adelaide.
Recommendations. Chillins.
Brandon, what is a recommendation?
What is a recommendation?
Yes.
I don't know. 2 C's, 2 M's.
Sweet lord. Oh my god.
Anyways, at the end of all of our episodes, we recommend things for people to watch, see, or do. And, you know, also give our socials. So, yeah.
Oh, God.
Olivia, what's your recommendation?
Okay. I have 2 recommendations this week. Number 1 is a Netflix show called Diagnosis. So this doctor has been writing an column for about 15 years for the New York Times on people's undiagnosed, I think, conditions. But she essentially turned that into a Netflix show, and I use crowdsourced very loosely. Crowdsources people's opinions and stuff on what their ailments could possibly be, or like if there's a term or whatever for what they're going through. But that's on Netflix. It's all done in conjunction with medical professionals. But yeah, it's super interesting. Binged it in 2 days. And my second recommendation is there's a Kickstarter for a game called Chicory, A Colourful Tale. I think by the time this goes up, the Kickstarter it's going to be done, but the game will be coming out in 2020 or 2021. It's a good game regardless. It looks like a good game. I've watched the demo. It looks wonderful. It's about a dog who wields a magical paintbrush. And you essentially go around like as this like little dog and color in this town. It's very wholesome. So go check it out if you can. The artwork is lovely. And yeah, that's it for me.
And where can people find you?
And people can find me at 8BitOlive on the Twitters.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, Josh.
Brandon.
No, Josh, what is your recommendation?
My recommendation this week is going to be a YouTube video that I stumbled upon a few days ago. Asian ads are a thing.
No.
They can be very weird, but they can be very emotional. It's an ad for toothpaste, which I didn't quite get at first because most of the scene revolves around freaking bubble tea. Go and Google it. What is it called? It's called P.S. I Love You, Bro. So go have fun watching an Asian ad about toothpaste. It's lovely and very, very gay. So yeah, as if I couldn't be any more on brand for me. Yeah, if you want to come find me, I'm on Twitter and Instagram as Abang Pinoy. Now, Brandon.
Hi.
What's your recommendation?
Hi class. Welcome to my show and tell. Today I will be showing a video series called The Bachelor TLDR.
Explain.
It's a 10 daily series, and it's literally just it's a recap show.
Is this your fascination with Matt Whitehead?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's a recap show of The Bachelor, and I honestly
No.
I
Brandon
don't
is
care
not here
what
for The Bachelor.
happens in The Bachelor.
He's here for Matt Whitehead.
This show is hilarious. Matt is so funny. It's amazing. No, you need to watch one episode and tell me that you don't find him hilarious and that you don't like the show.
So this is more about your crush on Matt Whitehead than anything else.
No, it's a really funny show.
Yeah, but it's mainly based off of how funny Matt Whitehead is, right?
Well, he is the host. It would be a bit weird to not enjoy the humor of a host of a show that I am watching. Also, just because everything that happens in The Bachelor is fucking ridiculous and he makes fun of it all.
Oh dear.
Did you know that on one of the episodes last week, the quote-unquote date for one of the girls was he brought her to some site and there was a time and they literally just planned out what their lives would look like for the next 10 years.
You know that's never going to turn out well.
That was the
fucking
date.
Bachelor.
That was the date.
What a shit date.
Right?
Oh,
and that's
God.
exactly what Matt said. He speaks for the people. It's a good show. Everyone should watch it. I don't even care if you watch The Bachelor. I don't. I don't. Anyways, you can find me on Twitter, brndnle, or Instagram, brndn.le. Thanks, everyone. So, yeah. Yeah.
Would you like me to
Yeah.
finish the outro for you?
No. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to find the podcast,
Watching?
you can find us.
Watching?
This is
You-
an audio
No.
podcast.
They could be on YouTube.
I mean, we also have YouTube.
Yeah, but
They could watch, I don't know what our YouTube videos look like, but they could be enjoying whatever's on the screen. I'm presuming it's just our logo or something like that. But I honestly
there
have
is literally no
idea
effort.
because
There is literally
not-
no effort done to make the YouTube videos more exciting.
I have not
My God.
taken a look at the YouTube channel ever.
As a side note, if you do use YouTube to listen to stuff as white noise, feel free to find us on there. While Brandon continues to laugh uncontrollably, I'll continue with the rest of the outro. If you found this episode interesting, feel free to sub to us basically everywhere you listen to a podcast.
Brandon.
Go and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. We are on Great Mates Podcast. We also have 2 other shows for you guys, podcasts that you might be interested in listening to. We have our Spoilercast, Spoilers for Days, and then our special interview series, Let's Get Deeper. The final episode is dropping this week, the same week that this episode is going to come out. It is a very, very special episode, so feel free to sub to those and then have a listen to it. Apart from that, if you have any questions, feel free to interact with us on social media and leave it there. Use the hashtag GreatMatesPodcast. Apart from that, I don't think there's anything else.
Nope. I think that's it.
I think we should leave Brandon alone to sort of calm down, and maybe this is a good time for him to deep throat the mic.
No.
So we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.